I just find it fascinating that all Colville Bay oysters come from here. I mean, speak about terroir-driven oysters. This is terroir-driven oysters to the absolute extreme. Just this little plot here, that's where they all come from. Fascinating. And I am getting hungry for oysters.
Colville Bay, as we've said, the world's best oysters, and a lot of the reason is Johnny and Leo, brothers, and the water.
Location, yeah.
These oysters actually spend a little bit of the time outside of the water when you're finishing them, don't they?
Well, all through the process, I guess, Mike. You can't see it now, but we use the French table method down here. So the oysters on the big tides, the full moon tides and the new moon tides, the oysters are exposed to the air. And the idea is that they're up out of the water, so they're starved a bit. It'd be like pulling any one of us away from the table for a while, and then we get back to it, so we feed a little harder. So the starvation factor makes them feed a little bit harder. And the other good thing about it is it keeps them up in the air. And in the bags that we have, these black bags, anything in the water for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week will grow algae. So when they're up in the air, the warm air and the wind will kind of kill any algae and help, I guess, weed the garden, so to speak.
Sure.
Yeah, it saves a little bit of labor for us, because if the algae is dried off, we don't have to be, brushing it off or landing the bags up on shore and like that.
And then this is something uniquely, after 2 years of moving through these bag systems, they'll take the oysters and actually put them on the bottom of the ocean. No more bags. So they're finished in the wild.
Range fed.
Free-range oysters. And you have areas marked out, so you basically know. But it's still a huge risk, isn't it?
Definitely.
You're spending $1 million bucks on the bottom of the ocean.
We started trapping green crabs here again, and we had one trap, and it was out overnight. And the trap is, well, it's about 2.5 feet long, probably 18 inches wide and 18 inches tall, and it was 3/4 full after one night.
After one night.
Market like adult green crabs. So.
Those are predators.
Predators. So
okay.
Whenever we bed an area, we try to do some trapping, some predator control. It just minimizes the loss, I guess.
Sure.
Right? So every crab he catches, we wouldn't have a clue how many oysters, because they're just new to the neighborhood.
So what you're seeing is a variety of sort of stages here.
Yeah.
Various stages of the process, and ultimately
more organized than when you're here first.
Yes, of course. Good stuff.
A little more organized.
So the question is, what is it that makes Colville oysters taste as special as they do? What makes them so distinctive?
It's probably a lot of different factors. This area it's not a big area to start with, and it's well watered. We have 2 tides a day, bringing lots of water nutrients over the beds here. The area is constricted up here by the bridge. Water flows a little faster. We have an outside bar here that if it wasn't there, we wouldn't be able to grow oysters here. So it allows us to grow oysters, because it blocks the only prevailing wind that we're subject to here is a southeast wind. And when the southeast wind comes in, you can't see this, but maybe whenever we leave, we'll go over the bags here. But the bags are on racks, all the juvenile oysters. So if a southeast wind comes in here and there's a 4 or 5 foot or 6 foot sea coming in, it'll just move everything and bury the bags and that kind of thing. So that outside bar breaks the waves there, and we get a little bit of a surge in here by times. We don't plant them too thick. There's lots of food for everybody. It's not like taking a 10-acre field and putting 10 cattle in it and then saying, no, next year we'll put 20 in because this worked out well. There's a limited number of oysters on the bottom, so there's lots of food for everybody, and they all seem to turn out nice and plump and full. The taste, a mixture of brackish water and seawater at the mouth of the bay here, and different levels of phytoplankton, probably from this area to 3 miles down the shore possibly. Every area is different, so
that's perfect.
Okay, good.
Thank you.